Group 5. So today we are going to chika with you about the world of region. So by the way, I am the first reporter. My name is Lorely Macy Welcome, and my topic is about the concept of the global north and south. So what is it? So the concept of global north and the global south is used to describe a grouping of countries along socio-economic and political characteristics of the countries. So according to the research, there is an imbalanced socio-economic and political aspect of the world, and scholars also concluded that the process of globalization is uneven. So, what are those countries? Ay, wait. Lang sa'yo. So, why the north and south are divided? So, the north-south divide, according to the research, is during the Cold War era generalization places countries in two group distincts, the north and the south. So the north is comprised as all first world countries and the most second world countries, while the south is comprised as the third world countries. So this categorization ignores that the geographic position of countries, with some countries in southern hemisphere such as Australia and New Zealand being labeled as a part of the north. So, according to the history, the origin of dividing countries into North and South is during the Cold War of the middle 20th century. So, during this time, countries were primarily categorized according to the alignment between the Russian East and the American West. Excuse me. So, what are the countries belong to the global north? So, there are 10 countries that belongs to the global north. So, namely US, Canada, all countries in Europe and Russia, Israel, Australia, New Zealand, as well as developed countries in Asia, such as Japan and South Korea, Singapore, and lastly is Taiwan. So, what countries belongs to the global South? So, namely Africa, South American, that countries being from the South. So, American. So, what else? The only Asian countries that is not from the south are Japan and South Korea because they are belong to the global north. So the others are belong to the global south. Then Pacific Island, Middle East, Brazil, India, Indonesia, and China. So that places are belongs to global south. So the phrase global south is one of the family of term including third world or periphery that denote regions outside Europe and North America, mostly low income and often politically or culturally marginalized. So the global south represents mainly economies in Africa, na just like I said before, Africa, India, China, Latin America, and others that are not economically sound and politically stable as their global north counterparts, and tend to be characterized by the turmoil, conflict, poverty, and tyranny. So the global north refers to those technically and socially well-developed countries. So basically located in the North America and Europe. So the global south is generally understood to the refer of less economically developed countries. So that's the differences between the south and the north global. So it is broad term that comprises a variety of states with diverse levels of economic, cultural, and political influence in the international order. The next one. So, this I discussed this a while ago that the term global south and the third world are conceptually the same. Both refer to conditions usually found in developing countries. Excuse me. So according to the history, the term third world was an offshoot of Western capitalism against the Soviet Union socialism. So capitalist economies were considered first world and socialist economies were referred as second world. So they are both global north. So those that did not belong to either type of formal economies belong to the third world and was able used to refer to the poor countries, countries that are considered to be non-industrialized and newly industrialized. So after the Cold War, the term third world was then replaced as global south. So next reporter. Right.